first of all. Obviously not very many guys that we signed in this early signing period right here. I think we all know, the short period of time that we had to put together these four student athletes. So not very long, but I do believe in these four right here are exactly what we're looking for, character-wise, academically, football player-wise. So for me and our staff, we want to try to put together the kind of players that are going to be in this locker room that will give us a chance to be competitive on the football field. And so we felt we did that. Obviously, there's a needed quarterback. So we addressed that with Evan Conley, a player that was committed to us at App. We felt about him. We saw him this summer. He came to our camp. We had Coach Pont saw him live play this fall. Outstanding player. Really felt if he was 6'4", 6'5", he'd be able to go anywhere he wanted to go. He's got all the ability. Can throw it, can run it. 3.8 GPA. Very smart, very intelligent player. Hard worker. Has his book bag on his shoulders all the time, ready to go to work. That's the kind of player that he is. So we're very excited about him joining this class. Dorian Jones is a linebacker that is a downhill bumper kind of a linebacker. He's an inside linebacker that we feel fits perfectly in the scheme that we're trying to put in here. He is a guy who had a great year this past season, with a tremendous amount of tackles. But we just love his character too. He's a 3.0 guy and really good family. Came to visit this weekend. Mike came to visit this past weekend and really just fell in love with this place, fell in love with our coaching staff. So we're really excited about doing it. Aiden Robbins, of course, right here. He's one of the first players that I went to see when I was able to go out, maybe two Fridays ago. Great person, a great personality, good size. He's a big running back for us. 6'2", 6'3", probably around 225, 230. Has great hands, can catch the football out of the backfield. Really a complete back. We feel like he could be the guy that can carry the ball 20, 25 times in a game and continue to take that load and get stronger as the game goes on. So we're excited about him. I think he brings a great personality to the room, hard worker, extremely intelligent, 27 ACT. So he meets all the criteria that we're looking for. Zach Williamson, he's one of the second player that I went to go visit in Huntington, West Virginia. 6'6", right at 300 pounds, 302. Really good offensive tackle for us. Has great length. Extremely bright as well. Wants to major in engineering. So he's a very smart player and great character as well. So all four of these players meet the criteria we're looking for with academics, character, and really good football players. We're excited to get these four. I think for us, we will look to get in the next signing period roughly maybe 10 players in that next signing period there for February. It will give us a little bit more time, obviously, to get out and build relationships with these guys over the next month. And we'll be having weekends throughout January to get guys up here to visit, and then and go from there. Hopefully, we'll sign a bunch of guys just like this right here that will finish this class out for us. Any questions as far as any of this signing period goes?
Coach, can you expound a little more on what Evan? How does he fit the system for you?
Well, what Evan can do, I mean, we like to have guys that can obviously not be stiffs in the backfield. We want guys to be able to get out of trouble, and if you're getting pressure, you got to be able to run around a little bit. We also want guys that can throw the football. Obviously, I mean, he can throw the ball from on this hash to the sideline to the field, make those throws. He can make every throw that we're asking him to make, and his intelligence. And we feel like what we've been able to sign over the years, guys that are intelligent, that are hard working. I think when you do that, those guys are going to pick up your scheme very easily, and they're working hard like that. They're going to get better every single day. And he's a guy that has a strong enough arm to make all the throws. And so we've got some talented receivers. Got to have ways to get the ball to these guys. And then he's intelligent enough to know where to throw it, when to throw it. And but I also like the fact that he can run. I mean, he played where he played at in Georgia at Kell High School. Very good competition every single week. You're playing, Division I Power 5 players every week, and that's the kind of competition that's awesome. That we've had great success with signing guys within this region right here that can come in and play at a high level.
Does he remind?
No, he didn't. He did not. We contacted him, and you know, obviously we have a needed quarterback. We have two quarterbacks on scholarship here, and two both guys that are here are a little bit different styles. You know, one's a very athletic player, and the pass is big, got a good arm. You know, Evan's a little bit more in between. I think both of those guys. You know, so and we need some more help at quarterback. I'd like to have 5 scholarship quarterbacks. Is what we ultimately like to have. So we'll work toward that goal as we move forward.
Does he remind you at all of Zach?
He does. He does. He's very similar to Zach. You know, Zach was a player that would have been heavily recruited. He broke his leg in high school, and so really only played like 3 or 4 games in high school, and so we were able to get him. And you know, obviously he's a great player. His first year starter was Sun Belt Player of the Year, and you know, so I think Evan is similar. I think he's a little bit bigger coming out. I mean, he's 205 pounds right now coming out of high school, so he's a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger than what Zach was. But very similar type players. Can throw the football, can run, and cerebral. You know, very smart, so he can pick up the offense. Yeah. Well, you know, reaction is one that, you know, recruiting is all about building relationships, and so you only have a short period of time. We're only out basically 4 days, and it's so hard to go in 4 days, and you're trying to sell everything in a short period of time in 4 days. And so when you see Dorian Jones, you know, or any of these guys, you know, you may only be there an hour and a half to talk to them, and so you feel like you're just talking a mile a minute. I mean, just 100 miles an hour. Trying to tell them everything about you, and then so really what ends up boils down to, because you haven't built that relationship as much as you'd like, you know, you try to get them to, maybe anybody that they played for us in the past, maybe that they knew from high school, to say, hey, look, call your bud here and see how we are as coaches. You're just trying to really get them a sense of how it's going to be, and that's kind of what we tried to do. Our culture that we're going to try to create, our staff, we try to get them around them, but that's the challenging thing, and it's that short period of time to try to get that done. And I didn't want to just go sign. We could have signed 10 or 12 guys right now, very easily. But I don't want to do that. I want to get the right ones. I want to get the guys that we feel like can compete for championships and come in here and help us win. So that'll help our culture. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, we don't want to just sign them to be signing them. So that was the biggest challenge thing. The challenging thing was just that short period of time.
You said early on that linebacker was going to be a target. So how important was Dorian Jones, and how'd that come about? What was it like when you found out that he had made that flip?
Yeah, we last night we were fired up. we needed Dorian to be a part of this class. I think he can come in, you know, and really help us with the way he plays, the way he tackles. When he hits guys, you're going backwards. You know, there's not any of this getting hit and coming this way. You know, you're hitting them and they're going down. He's very intelligent, and he's a good tackler. That's the two things that we like out of our linebackers. And he's obviously a strong kid and a big kid. So 230 pounds right now. You know, so I think he'll fit in nicely what we did. We really needed him. That's a big need for us.
Scott, when you look back at, you've had such a short period of time. This is only the second year for this early signing period. Maybe look ahead next year. Do you like this? I know obviously it's been challenging this year. Do you like having the?
I don't like it when you get hired a week before signing. I don't like that. I liked it like last year. We signed 23 guys and we were done. So I anticipate us